So this is the LEM DM 82 stereo disco mixer. It works very much like a normal mixer, but the inputs are designed for playback devices such as tape and CD and vinyl records, as opposed to instruments. And you also have one channel with an XLR microphone input for the DJ to make announcements. So let's take a look at the back of it. So here for the inputs we have the phono plugs, and you also have these switches here where you choose between phono and CD. So if you have it in phono mode, it engages the REA preamplifier, so you don't need a separate REA preamplifier to use this with a vinyl record player. The problem with this is that it produced this wind-like sound on one of the channels. And that is usually caused by some misconnection somewhere. It could be in a connector, or it could be a bad resistor that is causing the same effect. First we will try to narrow down where the noise is coming from. So we will max all the input channels and the master channels, and we will pull them down one by one and see if the noise disappears. So here we see the noise on the right channel. Now we will pull down each channel at a time and see if it disappears. So the noise is still there, which indicates that it's coming from the master channel. So we can see that in the back cover here we have the power supply for the device. So the power cord goes to the switch on the front panel, and then it goes through this cord into the power supply, and then it continues out from the power supply the different voltages into this multicolor cable. It goes to these two boards and is then distributed to the rest of them. So the noise seems to be very sensitive to moving this PCBs like this. Seems that this part is extra sensitive. So now I'm bending the PCB backwards, and since that works, I'm pretty sure it is a cracked solder joint somewhere that is getting a solid connection when I bend the PCB. But when I let go, so I'm going to try to reflow all the solder joints on this PCB using a heat gun. So before starting, we're going to apply some flux to the PCB to help this old solder stick better. Now let's let it cool for a moment. Okay, let's see how it looks on the other side. We got some components that came off. Luckily the drawings on the PCB is quite good, so it shouldn't be a problem to put them back. Okay, let's see if it solved the problem. Okay, let's see if the noise is gone. It's gone. Okay, so the heat gun resoldering did the trick eventually, but I really don't recommend doing this in such an uncontrolled way. I had to go back and do quite a lot of manual resoldering before I got it to work again. Also, the PCB got a bit bent from the heat, which means that when it's reinstalled, it will be under constant tension, which is not a good thing. So when it comes to time invested, it would definitely have been faster just to resolder every single joint manually, but at least this method was a bit less boring.